She told me she needed a night out with the girls. Just drinks and laughter. Nothing major. I didn't cry. I trusted her. At least I thought I did. Madison always preached about how important space was in a relationship, how you need to let each other breathe. So when she said she and her friends were going downtown for a Friday night bar crawl, I smiled and told her to enjoy herself. She looked stunning walking out the door. Those high-waisted jeans, the black top she claimed she was saving for the perfect occasion, heels that made her taller than me for once. I told her she looked great. She kissed my cheek and left. At around 9 p.m., I sent her a quick message. Nothing clingy. Just, hope you're having fun. Text me when you get home. No reply. No big deal. I figured she was out having fun. By midnight, I checked again. Still no read receipts. Out of mild curiosity, I opened Instagram to see if she'd posted anything, but I couldn't even find her profile. Not unfollowed, blocked. I checked Messenger, same thing. This person is unavailable. Snapchat? Her location disappeared. TikTok? Gone. Everywhere I looked, it was like she'd scrubbed me out of her digital life. That's when it all shifted. Not into panic, not into heartbreak, but into something clearer, colder. You don't accidentally block someone on every app unless you're hiding something you don't want them to see. So I reached out to someone who would know, her best friend, Haley. I played it cool at first. Hey, just checking if you all made it home safe. Took her 20 minutes to reply. Just 2 words, Jake. My stomach sank. I replied, what does that mean? Silence for a while. Then came a photo taken inside the club. Madison perched on a guy's lap, laughing, arms wrapped around his neck, his hand on her waist like it had been there 100 times before. In the mirror behind them, I could see Haley's reflection. She had taken the picture herself. She didn't need to explain, but she did anyway. I told her not to, Haley wrote. She said she didn't care anymore. Said you were boring. That she missed feeling noticed. I didn't want to be part of it, but I can't lie to you. I stared at the screen, not in shock. More like confirmation. The late nights, the sudden flinch when I casually asked how her friends were doing, the extra effort in how she looked. It all clicked into place like puzzle pieces I didn't know I was missing. I wrote back, thanks for being honest. I won't put you in the middle of this anymore. You did the right thing. She answered a minute later. I'm sorry, Jake. You didn't deserve that. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I had everything I needed. The rest of the night I didn't sleep. Didn't even try. I sat in the dark, Haley's message glowing on my phone like a cut that wouldn't stop bleeding. Madison had blocked me out of her world to dance in someone else's arms, thinking she could do it without consequence. But the truth always finds its way back. And this time, it came from the one person she probably thought would never betray her. But loyalty has limits, and Haley reached hers the moment she saw what was happening to me from the sidelines. Around 3 a.m., I opened our shared photo albums, not to mourn, but to take control. One by one, I deleted everything. Trips, birthdays, anniversaries, gone. Not to erase her, but to reclaim myself. And with every swipe, it got lighter. Not better, just lighter. At 6:48 a.m., her text came through. She'd unblocked me. Hey babe, phone died last night. Long story. Can I call you later? No apology. No ownership. Just pretending nothing had happened. I didn't respond. 10 minutes later, another one. Not sure what happened with Insta, might have glitched or something. We're heading back now. I'll see you soon. That second message made it worse. Like she thought I was stupid. Like I hadn't seen what I saw. Like I'd be waiting with coffee, ready to accept whatever story she spun. At 8:22 a.m., I texted 2 words. Haley knows. The typing bubble popped up instantly. Disappeared. Came back. Vanished again. Finally, she replied. What did she tell you? I stared at it for a moment, then answered. Everything. Silence. Then, Jake, it wasn't like that. I dropped the photo into the chat. No words, just the picture. Just the truth. Then I typed. You blocked me while you sat in his lap. That's exactly what it was. She took longer this time. Finally, you don't understand. I was drunk. It was stupid. It didn't mean anything. That's the problem, I wrote. It meant nothing to you, but it meant everything to me. After that, I muted the thread. I wasn't in the mood for excuses or emotional acrobatics. I'd already seen everything I needed, lit by neon and betrayal. Later that day, she came home. I didn't say a word, didn't even look at her. She said my name like a question, like she couldn't believe I hadn't folded yet. I didn't cheat, she started. You lied, I said, and you blocked me so I wouldn't see it. It was just a stupid moment. I didn't go home with anyone. I didn't even get his number. But you sat in his lap. You laughed while he touched you. And you blocked me so you could do it without being seen. Her voice cracked. I didn't mean for it to go that far. But you did mean for me not to know, I said. You knew exactly what you were doing when you hit that block button. That wasn't an accident. That was a decision. She tried again. Can we just talk this through? No, I told her. I already had that conversation with someone who actually told me the truth. She froze. You mean Haley? She did what you wouldn't, I said. She respected me. That's what hit her. She went quiet. I stood up, grabbed the bag I'd already packed, and headed for the door. Where are you going? She asked. I paused. Away from someone who thinks I'm too boring to be loyal to. Then I left. No slamming the door. No dramatic exit. Just me walking out with bags slung over my shoulder and the kind of clarity I should have had a long time ago. The drive to my brother's was quiet. No music. No podcast. Just the low hum of the tires and the sound of everything I tried to build falling apart behind me. No apology that mattered. When I arrived, he opened the door without a single question. Just nodded and said, "Stay as long as you need. That's who my brother is." No drama. No interrogation. Just presence. And in that moment, that was exactly what I needed. I dropped my bag in the guest room and collapsed on the couch with a blanket, finally letting myself feel the exhaustion I'd been pushing away for months. That night, I muted her number. Not blocked, muted. Blocking would have given her something to react to. This way, she could scream into the void all she wanted. I wasn't going to listen. I didn't check her socials. I didn't care what spin she was putting on the story or which friend she was crying to. Because now she was the one chasing the truth. I wasn't searching anymore. The next day, Haley messaged me again. She's spiraling, telling people you overreacted. I looked at the screen for a long time before replying. She blocked me to hide it. You don't do that when it's innocent. Haley sent back a sigh emoji. Then I'm not covering for her anymore. If anyone asks, I'm telling the truth. I appreciated that more than she probably realized because it wasn't just that she told the truth, it was when, not after I begged. Not when it was too late. She did it on her own and that meant everything. Later that night, Madison finally sent a real message. No deflection, no blame shifting. Just, if I told you I was scared of losing you, would it change anything? I stared at that message for a long time. Scared of losing me? After she blocked me? After she let another man put his hands on her while she laughed about me behind my back? I didn't answer because if she were really scared of losing me, she never would have made me invisible the moment temptation walked in. Instead, I posted a photo. Just me. Standing tall. Clean. Unbothered. No caption. No drama. Just a location tag that said it all. She saw it within minutes, liked it, then sent another message. Do you hate me? I didn't open it. Some questions don't need answers. Some questions are the answer. And the truth was, I didn't hate her, but I would never trust her again. Because love doesn't survive being blocked while someone else holds your spot. She made me disappear. So I disappeared on purpose this time. Days passed. Quiet ones. No more messages. But I saw the signs. Our old photos vanished from her feed. Mutuals went silent. The subtle unfollows. She was trying to rewrite the story before the truth caught up with her. But deleting the evidence doesn't erase the memory, especially when the receipts live in other people's phones. Haley messaged again on Wednesday. She's telling people it was just flirting, that nothing happened. I just replied, she blocked me. That was enough. Haley's response came slower this time. Do you want me to stop updating you? I thought about it and replied, you're not doing it for her. You're doing it because you still believe in right and wrong. She heart reacted. Nothing more. That meant more to me than I could say, because in a world where most people look away, Haley chose a hard truth. She spoke up even when it meant standing against her best friend. That takes courage. That night, Madison posted a cryptic story. A mirror selfie. No caption. Just a lyric. Lost but learning. I didn't reply. I didn't react. But I knew it was her attempt at a redemption arc. The soft-launched narrative where she's just a girl figuring it out. Not someone who betrayed someone who truly loved her. She didn't mention me, but the mutuals started trickling in with their check-ins. Hey man, I heard something happened. You okay? Kept it simple, yeah. I'm good now. I didn't trash her. I didn't spill the whole story. I let her live with the half-truth she wrote while I quietly rebuilt the version of myself I'd let her wear down. Then one evening, Haley sent a voice message. I don't know if this helps, but she cried when I told her I sent you that picture. Said she lost the only real thing she ever had. I'm not saying that to defend her. Just letting you know. She knows. She just can't admit it out loud. I didn't reply right away, but later I typed, good. Let her feel in private. I felt in silence for months. Nothing more needed to be said. A week later, I moved my stuff out of the place we used to share. I asked her to leave a key under the mat and stay somewhere else for the day. She did. The apartment felt smaller than I remembered. Colder. Her scent was gone. Her mess gone. Her presence scrubbed out like she was never real. I packed what mattered and left the rest on the kitchen counter. I placed an envelope inside. A screenshot of her blocking me. A photo of her and a guy at the bar. And a sticky note that said, "This was the moment I left. Everything after was just your silence catching up." I closed the door behind me. Didn't look back. Not because I didn't care, but because I finally cared enough about myself to stop giving her more time than she deserved. The lock clicked. The silence settled. That was the last moment I stood in that apartment. I didn't wait for a reaction. I didn't check to see if she saw the note. I didn't refresh to see if she posted some quote about heartbreak. I didn't need to, because I didn't leave confusion behind. I left clarity. And she'd feel every piece of it when she opened that envelope and saw her own choices staring back at her. Weeks later, I saw her again. Not in person, just in a tagged photo online. A smile on her face, but different now. Hollow. Like someone trying to wear joy like a mask. There was a guy in the background. Not the same one. Maybe someone new. Maybe just another friend. Didn't matter. Because I wasn't angry. I wasn't bitter. I was done. That's the difference between people like her and people like us. She treated love like something you pause when it's inconvenient. I know love is something you protect even when no one's watching. She blocked me to make space for her mistakes. So I made space for my peace. And peace showed up in quiet mornings. In real sleep. In the people who messaged saying, "Man, you handled that like a king." It showed up in Haley's last message. "She still brings you up. I think she expected you to cave." I replied, "I didn't cave. I climbed out." Because that's what this story has always been about. Not her betrayal. Not one bad night. Not her attempts to rewrite the past in lyrics and selfies. It was about what I did with the truth. I didn't chase. I didn't break. I didn't beg. I found out what she did and I walked away. So if you've ever been ghosted mid-conversation, blocked for asking the right questions, or replaced while someone else wore your name in private, remember this: you don't need to blow up her phone. You don't need to catch her red-handed. You just need to be the kind of person who sees the truth and doesn't blink. Because once you stop begging for honesty and start protecting your peace, that's when everything changes. She blocked me after girls' night? Cool. I messaged her friend instead, and left with everything she thought I'd never know. Thanks for listening. And if someone ever told you the truth when it wasn't their job to, you already know the power of that moment. We don't beg for loyalty here.